This is going to be my review of the Xtrfy M42 wireless. This mouse is that classic shape, my preferred shape, the SteelSeries Sensei. This mouse has a low front end, which I love, and a hump that tapers off pretty quickly. The hump is also flat. It is not a pointy hump. An example, a mouse that's very similarly shaped would be the Lamzu Atlantis Mini, and the hump feels a lot more pointy. Of course, I think this mouse clears the M42 wireless just because it has a better coating. It is way lighter and it has no holes, but that's for another video. The M42 is definitely uh, a weird mouse when it released because the M4 and the M42 and the MZ1 they all dropped about the exact same time, and the mice that came out just a few months later, the Pulsar X2, X2 Mini, the Ninjutsu Sora, they were all updated mice that had better sensors, lighter batteries, lasted longer, and had no holes. And they were like lighter by like 10 grams or more. All those mice I just mentioned. When this mouse came out, it was not worth it. I still don't think it's worth it. There's a whole bunch of budget mice that are still cheaper and have, a better feeling, just as good build quality, and just offer a lot more. I really hope Xtrfy does re-release this mouse. I've seen that they've planned on releasing two mice. They got leaked, the M63 and the M64. Hopefully they refresh the M4, the M42 wireless, and the MZ1 wireless, because those mice are really enjoyed in the mouse scene. So I really hope Xtrfy does do those shapes justice and re-release them. I think this mouse suffers from a little too many gimmicks, right? I think the only real good gimmick in this mouse is the removable back. I can get it off, right? You can get a higher humped, more claw oriented hump. I prefer this one. I would definitely say this one's more fingertip oriented. It's just way lower profile, and you can fingertip this mouse even easier without any accidental palm contact. Of course, the low hump is, you put that low hump on and it feels exactly like that sensei shape, which is my favorite. There's a very similarly shaped mouse, the HTX by G Wolves. It lines up with the Kinzu a lot more than I would even say this mouse. G Wolves has pretty decent build quality. That mouse is way lighter than this mouse, and it's more up to date. I would recommend that mouse at this point in time over this. I did a lot of modding to get this mouse up to snuff, in my opinion. I dropped about maybe 15 grams. This is stock 67 grams. I have mine about 52. I put in a lighter battery. The mouse still lasts a very long time, even with the 3370. I think that's a pretty optimized sensor, so it's not really an issue if you put a lighter battery in. I also took out the whole extremely gimmicky weight balance system. I don't really know why they added it. I don't know why someone would want to shift their weight balance back and have their mouse just feel back heavy and just not glide the same. I feel like if you have an excellent weight balance mouse, it'll feel lighter than it actually is. It'll just feel like a more premium product. Xtrfy just like really needs to re-release this mouse at this point. The holes are also a very big negative in my opinion. I do not like the holes. They really dig into the my fingers when I'm gripping, and I would say grip tape is a must. Of course, I would not recommend anyone purchase this mouse as it is unless you're a real big fan of the shape. That being said, I am a really big fan of this shape, and this is one of my best performing shapes. Of course, I have like a hybrid grip. Sometimes I'm full fingertip. Sometimes, if I want a little bit more, you know, uh, micromanagement, I just push in a little bit to my palm. I get this little palm contact right here, and it is a lot more easy to control this mouse for fine precision aiming scenarios, and like for tracking and such, flicking and being able to stop easier. I think this mouse is great, but it is not worth any price, I think, at this point. There's a lot of better options with a lot similar shapes. Hopefully, Xtrfy again can just re-release this mouse, have it up to snuff, 4K hertz polling, a good coating on it, no holes, and then I'll probably drop another review on that mouse, and I will say, you know, sing all my praises on that video. If you like this video, you can, you know, click like, subscribe. I just try to do these videos to put my opinion out there. There's a whole bunch of reviewers, a whole bunch of good reviewers out here that have similar tastes in mice and mouse pads. I would say go watch as many videos before purchasing a product. You definitely want to be well informed. You want to buy a quality product. I think there's just so many options. In the past few years, so many good mouse pads have come out, so many good mice have come out. There's a lot of options in the market. And don't just get caught up in the hype. Make sure that you purchase something that you're going to like.